Hello community, so great that you're back. Today we talk about AI action, and yes, it is as fascinating as it sounds because we're going to talk, is the solution space mathematically separable from the task description base in the classical agentic system that we are dealing with today? Or if you want, do we have clear research signal that the paradigm is moving away from mastering a propositional knowledge, our facts, our semantic relationship that we built here within our linguistic construct, toward more evaluating here the procedural knowledge, the how-to-do steps, the sequences, the strategies for our agentic tasks. And we will build here on my last video on uncertainty AI. Yes, it was absolutely fascinating. Plus, we had also the very last video here, augmenting here fine-tuning with in-context learning. And this in-context learning will be now our opener because we will see in-context learning today has another function. It will improve the solution planning for our large language model, our vision language model. And yes, those are the action sequences that we want to talk about. So you see, yes, we are true to our beginning. So let's start. I just need two technical terms to be explained here. If you're not familiar with the planning domain definition language, PPDL is a specific computer readable language used to write down the rules and descriptions for some of the planning games, like Blocks World, if you know this. Easy to check if the LLM answer is mathematically actual correct, according to the rule of the game. And PPDL is a standardized formalized language. And the other word is the word exemplar. Exemplar is in a very specific meaning of a worked out example problem, like a mathematical textbook problem, that you show to the LLM to teach it how to solve similar problems. So typically it includes here the problem statement, the task description, and a step-by-step solution we call the plan. This is all that we need to know. This is it for today. And we just need a little bit of a spark of genius. And the spark of genius today is this publication here from, my goodness, 4 days ago from Google DeepMind and Carnegie Mellon University, improving LLM model planning with action sequence similarity. And yeah, it is a beautiful study. And yes, I know there are more than one page with some colorful diagram. And here it is. Yes, there are 2 pages with some graphs. This is the best of this study for you. Read it, come back, and we talk about it. Now, you understand that a major part of this paper is about how to choose the best exemplars to put it now in the prompt for our in-context learning. So we do not fine-tune this on this new insight, but we want to be here more dynamic outside of our LLM. And we argue that by simply choosing here exemplars with a similar task description is not the way to go. So indeed, Google, a lot of experiments that are described in the paper, as you just read it, they proposed here selecting exemplars based on the similarity of their action sequences. Yes, their plans, using here the proposed action sequence similarity metric. And this is similar to our cosine similarity metric that we used here in the old BERT systems or the sentence BERT systems, to find here linguistic similar elements that are placed in a vector space mathematically close, epsilon close. And those exemplars, they are selected here from a larger candidate pool of available solved examples. So we do not start from the absolute zero ground level. We have to have for a particular game, like this Block World game, we have to have some solved examples. So we have to have an understanding what are the basic rules of the game before we start to play. So we want to have here a little edge before we examine this now. Now in context learning is so example. As you read, the idea is here to show the LLM several examples of the planning problems and their solution within the prompt itself, typical an in-context learning topic. And by seeing those demonstration examples, the LLM learns how to generate the plan for new unseen test problems. Of course, what I know is that the parametric knowledge of the LLM might say, hey, this is nice what you propose here to me in your little prompt, but I have in the pre-training been trained on 1,000 other examples how to solve this test, so I will not follow the in-context learning information in my prompt. So we have here a complete different problem that we ignore for today because we think that's the best of both worlds today. And whatever we feed into our LLM, the LLM will accept it and work on it. core idea is simple, no? Google tells us here the critical limitation of using the task description similarity for selecting ICL examples in planning is what keeps us back, what holds us back in better reasoning capabilities. And Google tells us here that semantically similar task description are not here the way to go because just something is semantically similar sounding here does not mean it has the same solution. It has the same action plan in order to solve the query. So therefore, relying only on the task similarity can lead to false positive, mislead the LLM, collapse the system, not the optimal solution. Google proposes here the action sequence, the plan similarity as a more reliable indicator, therefore solving the task using here the similar action sequences, and we demonstrate that relevant reasoning step or relevant subroutines are much more helpful. Now think about this. You have a pool of 100 similar action plans how to solve given problems. So you stay within this set of predefined solution. This is great because now you can really choose from a diverse set of solution, but it is like thinking in a box, you know? Where's the path outside of the box? Well, it is not mentioned in this study, but hey, as a subscriber of the channel, you are not gonna be amazed if I tell you that now we look here at the fact. So like for blocks world, now you might use a program to generate many different planning problems, beautiful, and find the optimal plan for each generated problem. You have a classical planner, and you have here a domain-specific pool where you have the problem description for this game, the rules of the game, and the classical planner solution. This is the non-LLM algorithms that we have, dozens of them, that provides here a starting set, a training set, you know, that is incorporating the rule of the games. And now we say, let's go. Let's start here with this. And now this new Grazer, don't ask me why they call it this, so generative resampling of action sequence similarity exemplars, Grazer. This is the first foundational stage for leveraging here the action similarity, the action sequence similarity empirically when the test plans are unavailable. We start here with an initial plan P-, where the test instance is generated by the LLM using randomly selected exemplars. Of course, what else? We have no further information, so we go with some standard exemplars, but rule-specific, domain-specific exemplars, and then we just compute the similarity between those and the action sequences that come out of our LLM. So we have a pool, we do this here for the first time, and then we rank them. And then we have top N, top 5, top 10, high, similar exemplars for the final ICL prompt. Easy idea, simple implementation. Plus, second stage is here the dynamic clustering. Simple idea, you take quite a lot of these exemplar sets and you can build here to enhance the diversity and reduce the redundancy of the information of the knowledge encoded in those exemplars. You say, I want to have here a specific clustering mechanism. So you filter out something, you have a diversity clustering, and then you have a dynamic selection sampling from those cleaned up cluster that have a high relevance and a high diversity. That's it. As easy as could be. Told you, it's a short, beautiful little research by Google. Coming to the result. So just to make sure we're on the right page. No? So we have here our initial in-context learning call. Yeah, we perform here an initial round and then a second round. So just to make sure, we take here the test problem description. We use a small random set of exemplars from our pool that is given. It's the basic unoptimized in-context learning baseline approach. So we take those and we prompt now the LLM with those random exemplars, forming our in-context learning probe in the prompt. We send it off to our LLM and we get it back. The LLM generates now from these random examples an initial plan, P-, and this plan is not good at all. It might be correct, it might be partially incorrect, it might be completely wrong. Doesn't matter. We have to start somewhere. You know, it's an optimization problem. The better we start, the shorter it is, but yeah, theoretically, hey. So now we take this generated initial plan P-, and now we calculate here the action sequence similarity between this new calculated, ICL calculated P dash, and every candidate exemplar plan in our ICL pool. So you see, we do this, we assign a score to everything, then the highest scoring exemplars, then the plans that are structurally similar to the initial attempt, we go forward. So this is kind of a convergence, kind of an iteration, a time iteration that we have. Ne? We start with something bad, it gets a little bit better, and a little bit better, and then after 10, 100 times, oh yeah, it's really good now, you know? Got rid of all the things that are not working and we optimize it just here. So, and then we have the third step, if you want, the refined ICL call, the real attempt now to discover here new solution path. So we select now the top ranked exemplars that we just got here from step 2. These are the exemplars deemed most relevant based here on the similarity metric with the initial plan. We perform now the second round of in-context learning with our LLM. So we prompt the LLM again with these best top ranked exemplars here. And this time here, we get in the final plan P dash dash double dash, whatever you call it, which is expected to be more accurate because it was guided by more relevant examples identified via the similarity. So you see, it's a simple optimization, a trial and error. But remember, we are not focusing how we describe the problem, how we understand the problem, and how we formulate the task for the AI. But now we are calculating based on a complete different vector space. And this is now the vector space of found solutions. And you remember my very first sentence here is the mathematical space separable, are the spaces separable of the how we define a task description and the solution space. And it turns out in certain conditions, yes, and this is the way we can do this. Authors tell us here, action sequence similarity is the superior signal to the task description here for well-validated results. And you see ICL is so powerful. In this video, I showed you how to optimize the fine-tuning, and currently I showed you how to optimize here the reasoning pattern to find new solution. Now to my famous last words. I have a feeling about this. My feeling is that the success of this action sequence similarity structures implies that the LLM strength here lies more in the operational pattern matching, AI as a pattern matching machine, over the AI understanding here, an abstract conceptual understanding of the planning problem itself. So again, in my simple thinking here, AI again manifests itself as a pattern matching machine, but not as a conceptual abstract understanding of maybe human thoughts. And the fact that they're matching the procedure here with the similarity metric works so much better than the matching the problem description, so the task similarity metric, if you want, suggests that these nuances here of the state dynamics in the system, so the action precondition and the effects itself, which are the core of the planning exercise, by the AI, are not reliable captured here by the LLM from the semantic description we give as humans to the machine alone, even within context learnings. So in my understanding, this means the LLM needs to see the doing, the action sequence, the real solution to really improve on its reasoning, and not a more advanced semantic linguistic description. But this has implications for the next training steps. I think this could be here first glimpse here to a more, the vector spaces that we build on our semantic linguistic complexity of the human sentences and of the human words and of the tokens and all of those structures that we build. What about we build complete different vector spaces? What about we build embedding spaces where we have procedural knowledge embedded in those vector spaces? Know how to do embeddings as a vector. Complete strategies as a single high-dimensional vector in those embedding spaces. And we operate here with strategy, with abstract concepts, and we do not operate with single word tokens or subtokens anymore. But you know, this is just my private, personal ideas. And yeah, if you really would like to go further, what about redefining AI reasoning as a contextual information flow management problem and not at all as a reasoning problem? But hey, those are something that only my subscriber will really appreciate. I see you in my next video.